Good morning. Welcome to Good Day LA.
Pop the button.
It looks good, though.
It's like sans high.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Come on. A little more.
A little
more is more,
neck
right?
cleavage.
Yeah. Skin is in.
Yeah.
It's the summertime.
That's right. It's summertime. Why not?
Yeah.
You're going to want to do that if you step outside for sure. It is still going to be a hot day despite the temperatures dropping slightly today from yesterday. It's still going to be well above normal. In fact, we're still seeing and feeling that humidity as we still tap into some of that subtropical moisture. You can see some of the rain, all of those showers related to the instability streaming up from the southeast. If you're right on the coast, then you're going to feel that sea breeze, right? So a little bit of that coolness at the beach. Otherwise, inland, you're going, where's that cool down, Maria? Right now, it's 76 degrees in Ontario. It's 77 in San Bernardino. Burbank, not too bad, 69, 72 in Woodland Hills to that 69 in Santa Monica. Here are the high temperatures we're expecting today. Plenty of triple digits inland for sure in the desert communities like the high desert, the Antelope Valley, 100. 106 out towards Palm Springs, hot and humid too. 78 up into the mountains with some humidity and a slight chance for some showers. 86 for downtown LA, at least is down from yesterday's 90 to the upper 70s along the coast. I'll show you the rest of my forecast in just a few moments. Yes, it will get hotter. But first, let's go check in on the traffic. Let's go to Stu up in Skybox with all the details. Hey, Stu.
Hey, Maria. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Taking a look at that 101 through Hollywood. Don't get too excited. You're definitely going to start hitting the brakes. But this portion right here, clearly the drive looks fantastic. South and northbound, moving along, topping out at freeway speeds. But if you're headed southbound, coming out of the Cahuenga Pass, by the time you hit Vermont, just past that, it really gets into that grind as you make your way to the 110. Plan accordingly. Northbound, though, the ride only gets better, oddly enough, as you get past that Cahuenga Pass. At northbound 101, looking like a great drive, even into the valley. Good morning, everybody.
All right, Stu, thank you.
We've got breaking news this morning. A search is on for a gunman who killed a man near the Santa Monica Pier.
Coco McAvoy joins us now with what little police are saying about the homicide. Coco.
Good morning. And right now, Santa Monica police officers are not talking out here on the scene, but we do know that a man was shot and killed in the parking lot here right next to the Santa Monica Pier. This happened early at around 12:30 this morning. And we know that this area was busy because there was a free World Cup watch party that was happening from the 3rd Street Promenade all the way here to the Santa Monica Pier. We do not have any information leading up to the circumstances surrounding the shooting at this time. Again, we just know that an adult man was shot and killed. He's not being identified at this time because police have to notify his next of kin as well. We know that Santa Monica police are searching for a suspect. They have not provided any details surrounding the suspect, an identity on the suspect, or any details about the suspect at this time. So we don't know if the suspect is a man or a woman. We don't know if there were a lot of people gathered in the parking lot who might have witnessed the shooting at the time. Still, so many questions surrounding what exactly happened here at 12:30 this morning. But again, we do know that a man was shot and killed here in this parking lot, and you can see police officers are still investigating, collecting evidence as well to try to find that suspect. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Coco. Thank you. Meantime, a suspect is missing and presumed dead this morning after a long standoff in Woodland Hills came to a fiery end.
Gigi Graciat is live there with more. Gigi.
Human remains were found inside the townhome where the suspect had been barricaded, and right now police tell me they're presuming that it is him, but the medical examiner will have to make that determination. Good morning, everybody. We're on Owensmouth and Burbank Boulevard. Everything's still happening here at a complex called the Warner Woodlands 2 LAPD, LA City Fire. Investigators still on the scene trying to determine what started the fire and how this got so out of hand. Take a look. This all happened yesterday, a raging fire tearing through the townhouse overnight, the same unit where police say a 46-year-old domestic violence suspect had been barricaded for hours. But the story actually started hours earlier, about 3:15 yesterday afternoon, when a woman walked into LAPD's Topanga station reporting she had been severely beaten and raped by her husband. Now, it's unclear today if the couple were still living together, but officers came to the town townhouse to speak to that suspect, but say he refused to come out. And because they had information that he was a registered gun owner and was armed, SWAT was called in. How the fire started, still unclear. That'll be determined by those arson investigators. But LA City Fire rushed in, at first unable to get too close, not only because the suspect was believed to be armed, but because crews could hear the sound of ammunition either being fired or exploding in the flames. As this was unfolding, many neighbors evacuated while others watched the drama happen. One of them, the suspect's neighbor, actually texted him to make sure he and his family were okay. At that moment, she had no idea he was the man that police were looking for. She asked that we not show her face.
So when all of this started, I had no idea it was him, but we just saw the SWAT team and everything was crazy. So I just sent him a text and said, hey, this is your neighbor and just want to make sure you guys are okay. And now looking back, I can't believe he responded. If it was really him, I can't even believe he responded and just said, wow, everything's crazy. I'm so sorry. And I thought it was strange that he said he was sorry, but at the same time, I thought maybe he wasn't home and he was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I have no information for you or something. But he just said, I'm sorry. I'm fine over here. And that was it.
That was it. She later heard the SWAT team using their bullhorn to call the suspect out by name and realized it was him. Now, police say they still don't know whether the suspect was actually firing his gun at SWAT or whether the popping sounds they were hearing were rounds exploding in the fire. And bringing it back here live again, Owens Mouth shut down at Burbank for this police and fire investigation. We've learned that there was a dog or possibly dogs inside the unit with the suspects. Whether they made it out or not is still unclear. There was word this morning that possibly a Chihuahua was still alive and had gotten to safety somehow, but we are still awaiting to get more information from the LAPD. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
It's a busy section of Woodland Hills, too. Gigi, thank you. New this morning, a shooting at a street takeover in Boyle Heights. This all happened around 2 a.m. on Whittier Boulevard and Lorena Street. The victim is a 30-year-old man. Police say he was shot as someone tried to rob him after the takeover. Medics rushed him to a hospital, and we don't yet know his condition. Officers are searching for the shooter. This is just the latest, though, in a string of violent street takeovers all around Southern California this weekend.
In fact, let's show you this. Street takeovers reported in neighborhoods like Carson, Florence, Manhattan Beach, and Watts. One of them ended up in a shooting. Massive turnouts, blocking intersections. Participants set off fireworks. In another location, someone set a fire. There were 2 takeovers in Carson, one on West Albertoni Street and Main Street, the other on South Fig and West Lomita Boulevard. In the Florence neighborhood, one on Manchester Avenue and San Pedro streets. In Watts, the remnants of a street takeover included a burned out car and bullet casings. Police say 2 people were shot, a 17-year-old boy and a 35-year-old man. The man was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Officials say they got a call about a fire. That's when they found the victims. No word on arrests in any of these street takeovers.
Work continues this morning to repair a big water pipe that broke and flooded and really left a path of destruction in West Hollywood last week.
Let's get to Mario. He's live there at the scene with an update. Mario.
Bob, Jenna, officials with LADWP say significant progress has been made, but the repairs are far from over. And we just got an update from West Hollywood Mayor John Heilman, who says dozens of residents are still without power, displaced from 2 apartment buildings here in West Hollywood. And he estimates as many as 150 cars were damaged as a result of all this. And you can see that trench here behind me where this all stemmed. Crews have been working around the clock as we now enter day 5 of this massive water main repair. And their focus is now making sure that the new pipe can safely handle water pressure before it's backfilled here and the road is reopened. So take a look. LADWP crews have been working day and night. About 200 personnel assigned to the emergency response here, and that damage began early Thursday morning. A 110-year-old 36-inch water main ruptured, and it sent an estimated 17 million gallons of water racing through the streets, pushing cars down the road, flooding underground garages, and damaging at least 7 homes. Now, since then, crews have cut the cut out the damaged 25-foot section of pipe. They installed a new 3-foot diameter steel replacement, and right now the pipe is being pressure tested to identify and seal any remaining leaks. And with this pipe dating back more than 100 years old, many residents say the break raised questions about the city's oldest water lines. Take a listen.
It's impacted us like mentally too, you know. It's been like rough the last few days.
It's like we're living in the Revelations in the Bible.
I think there's probably a lot of 110-year-old pipes that need to be looked at in LA right now.
We need to be fixing some pipes.
Cities needs to do so much more to infrastructure here. It's our city, and they got to take care of it.
Meanwhile, as the work continues, the agency says drinking water remains safe, but because the area is currently being served by a smaller 8-inch pipe instead of that damaged 36-inch transmission line, residents, especially those living on upper floors, they could still experience lower water pressure during peak hours, and they're being asked to conserve water while the repairs continue. Coming back out here live, officials say some of the work happening below ground, so even though people aren't seeing those excavators moving, crews are still actively testing, preparing the system for safe service. And the mayor here says dozens of residents have been given hotel vouchers from those 2 buildings that had damaged power panels, so there's no estimate on when they'll be able to return home, and again, no estimate on when this stretch of Sunset Boulevard will be reopened. But the mayor, at last check, was told it would be Wednesday, possibly Thursday, so we're hoping to get an update from LATWP in the next hour or so. Live here in West Hollywood, we'll send it back to you.
It's completely disruptive in that area. Mario, thank you.
Yeah. All right, 8:11 is your time. Let's get to Stu. Give a check of traffic. Stu, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Bob. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, everybody. And this is Skybox Traffic brought to us by My Home Sold. Taking a look at that 405 drive. Actually, not so bad. I'm really happy to report this. Those headlights, those are going to be southbound, coming away from the 118. Yes, of course, there's going to be some slowing as you make your way over the Spalvita Pass. But getting there this morning, you're basically going to make it almost to the 101 before you're hitting the brakes. Northbound, it is fantastic, wide open, and moving well. Traffic hotspots, we got them. We're going to share those with you right now.
Hi, I'm Adrian with My Home Sold, and we want to buy your house. We buy any house in any condition. No commissions, no closing costs, and no repairs. Go to myhomesold.com for a free same-day cash offer. That's myhomesold.com.
So the mom of Big Bear's beloved eagle family may have run into a bit of trouble over the weekend. Wildlife groups say this injured eagle is likely Jackie.
It's Jackie.
The longtime star of the Big Bear Nest live stream. She was found grounded over the weekend after apparently getting into a fight with 2 younger eagles.
Wow.
Hey, don't tell me her babies were hitting back at her. 2 younger eagles, not her own, I presume.
I hope not. I hope the young eagles are
Bite the hand that feeds you.
Also.
Yeah, she was taken to a specialized rehab center. So friends of Big Bear Valley are asking supporters now to stay patient and wait for updates. They say if this is Jackie, she is in the best place possible to recover. For now, though, fans are hoping for her safe return home.
Like I said, I'm wondering about the eaglets. Are they cared for now that Jackie's not there?
Well, they have Shadow.
Right.
Also, the eaglets have been doing their own hunting. They flew the nest a few times.
Yeah.
So they're well on their way, but I'm more concerned about Jackie.
Poor Jackie. Yeah. All right. We'll stay up to date on that story. A dog missing for nearly 2 weeks was rescued from the San Francisco Bay. So it happened last Thursday in Menlo Park. Look at this. Authorities say a witness reported seeing a dog run into the water and continued swimming.
Oh, no.
Far out from the shore. Look, it's swimming. Firefighters say it made about a half mile into the bay where it was attacked by a gang of seagulls.
Oh my gosh.
Who knew seagulls were aggressive like that? Crews were able to grab him and bring him safely back to shore.
What in the Pixar movie is going on?
Look at this.
Look at how cute.
The dog had been reported missing by the family since July the 4th. After the rescue, the dog was turned over to SPCA. They identified the owners and reunited them with their missing pet.
Oh,
little guy.
Safe and sound. Little muffin.
Quite an adventure for this guy.
Yeah, for sure. Being attacked by seagulls. A raccoon has a couple of fishermen to thank for saving its life from the Colorado River. Look at this, Animal Planet. The raccoon was struggling to keep it swimming in Lady Bird Lake, Texas, when the 2 fishermen on paddleboards noticed the distressed animal. One fisherman extended an oar so the raccoon could climb aboard.
Are these fishermen? We're calling them fishermen. They're paddleboarders.
They're like paddleboarders.
They're paddleboarders.
Right? Yeah.
Let's call them fishermen.
Maybe
the
they're
raccoon
both?
jumped right up, and it's not the point. The point is the rescue.
He has a fishing pole, Bobby. Look.
Yeah, look.
He has a fishing pole.
2 things can be true at the same time. You can be a paddleboarder while also being a fisherman. But we digress. The raccoon jumped right up and even took shelter under the fisherman, much to his surprise. They paddled ashore. The raccoon took off without a second look, not even so much as a thank you.
Wow.
Look at that.
They look like kids. They're like 2 kids on a paddleboard fishing.
Yeah, you can do anything on a paddleboard. I've seen people doing yoga on a paddleboard.
But we're calling them fishermen. Fishermen are like...
You know, fishermen can come in all shapes and sizes. All right, you can fish from a lake. You can fish. You can wade out in the water and be a fisherman.
It's 2026. You can be on a paddleboard.
Yeah, that's right. You can be a fisher lady.
That's beside the point. The point is the raccoon was rescued, and look how sweet the raccoon is, and like how
they're generally not.
It's like a dog. Like he's like, I think I'm just gonna cuddle up under here.
Too.
But that's like a domesticated animal right there. But it's
like
not.
A
Also, like not worried at all that it might bite you.
It could bite. You could have bite him in the butt. Like, you know, back there.
Could have bit him right in the butt.
But
also. Are they fishermen? They're just 2 kids who happen to be fishing.
Yes, they're fishermen. They had a fishing pole with them.
They had fishing poles. So therefore, they are fishermen.
They are fishermen. For the purposes of this story, they are fishermen.
And saviors of the raccoon. They're heroes, really, is what they are.
Yeah, that's what they actually are.
They're heroes. Exactly. That was like Animal Planet
2 kids on a paddleboard fishing.
Right.
Fisherman.
Fisherman. Okay, that's the word of the day for Bobby. Fisherman. Notice, Jen, like he has that one word of the day.
Yeah.
Today it is fisherman, indeed. Okay, how about the heat? How about heat wave? That will come be part of your vernacular again this week for sure. We've got an area of high pressure that has been really in control of our weather for almost the entire month of July. And in its position right now, it is still picking up all of that subtropical moisture. So we do have some high mid-level cloud cover, and we're also feeling that humidity, especially if you're inland. Now, if you're right at the coast, you're going to feel the sea breeze, which is good. That's keeping you a little bit more comfortable, right? But as we get to midweek, this heat wave is back on. We're going to have hazy, hot, humid conditions. Yes, more chances for thunderstorms, and yes, more of the heat temperatures really rising as we get to Wednesday, Thursday. We do have some dangerous surf as well. We've got some surf heights nearing 4 to 7+ feet, all because of some systems we're watching in the East Pacific. In fact, we're watching 2 systems right now. We've got post-tropical storm Elita, which has really significantly weakened over just the last few hours now. This morning we've been watching it, winds at 13 miles an hour, but it's sending some of this high mid-level cloud cover and some moisture up into San Francisco and the Bay Area. Tropical storm Fausto will also generate some swells for us. It's going to enter our swell window here very soon. But this storm system I'm watching because it's going to be quite strong and maintain its strength as it gets into the Central Pacific, which we would be very concerned for Hawaii and the islands as that nears the Hawaiian Islands later this month. Surf height wise, as I mentioned, 4 to 7 feet, occasionally 8-foot sets for all of our south and southwest facing beaches. So please take the extra necessary precautions, especially if you're spending the day at the beach with the family. Make sure you check in with the lifeguard first. 82 for that high temperature in Inglewood today. No more soccer matches there at SoFi Stadium, which formerly known as the Los Angeles Stadium. 102 in Bakersfield. Here is Riverside, your day planner getting to those 90s later this afternoon. All right, stay with us because we're going to be right back after this quick break with much more.
right, it's over. But it was a big win for Spain. They take down the reigning world champions, Argentina, and win the title.
The game went into extra time before a winner emerged. We have Sandra here with how it all went down.
Good morning. Yes, it was an exciting game because the big win for Spain, obviously, but it was a big win for the game of soccer, right? The sport of soccer and the beautiful game. From kickoff, though, it was La Roja in control, displaying why they've been unbeatable for an international record of 38 straight wins. The way they connected, played as a team, took possession, and, of course, continued their best defensive performance yet again. Argentina just could not produce any effective attack. In fact, they were on their heels with most of the game, with Argentina keeper Emi Martinez making 11 saves in the game itself. It was Spain's game from start to finish. Then in extra time, with Argentina man down after getting a red card, in the 106th minute, Spain's Ferran Torres buries one into the back of the net to win. Look at those celebrations spilling into the streets of Spain. Of course, the reigning European champions now add World Cup champions to their list of accolades. It is the second time in Spain's history to win it. And La Roja fans, as you can see across the globe, were celebrating. Spain's captain, Rodri, won the Golden Ball Award for the best player of the tournament. He was everywhere on the pitch in every single game. His work rate unmatched when it came to key moments in every single match.
I cannot express with words. I think now we're like in a cloud, but as you said, for me it's been a very tough time. I just want that new generations see my example as an opportunity to, when you go down, you can rise again.
He was talking, of course, about his ACL injury in 2024 and coming back from that. And then this moment after the game, everyone was watching 19-year-old sensation Lamine Yamal from Spain with just one goal all tournament. It showed the team does not hinge on just one player, but he is taking the reins, so to speak, in the soccer world from Argentina's Lionel Messi. He was emotional. Obviously, you see right there Messi soaking in perhaps the last moment on a World Cup pitch. And Lamine did seek out Messi after the game to give him that hug and basically recognize, you know, kind of the passing of the torch here.
Yeah.
Right? And
Lots of mutual respect there.
Yeah, game recognizing game for sure.
Okay, so who got the golden boot?
Well, I know Messi was in the running, right? He did not score in yesterday's game. So the golden boot remains with France star Kylian Mbappe, who won it in 2022 as well. And he finished the World Cup scoring 10 goals altogether, adding 2 in Saturday's third-place loss to England. Mbappe becomes the first player ever to win the golden boot twice. He also has 22 career World Cup goals, which is one ahead of Messi for the all-time lead. And of course, Messi really wanted that award because he's never won the golden boot. And if you paid attention and you see in your social media today, there was a brawl that broke out after the Argentina-Spain final. And
not good.
It was an ugly scene. I'm not going to lie. It looks bad for sportsmanship, obviously, for the game of soccer, but you have to realize the high emotions that are involved in all of this and just everyone leaving it out on the field, right?
Yep.
So clearly not the best look, but obviously a big celebration for Spain that definitely deserved to win.
On a positive note, the way that this World Cup has also captured the hearts of Americans, and this, you know, it's funny because Saul was, our stage manager, was saying he was at Costco and it was packed before the game because everybody was rushing to get all their stuff before going, you know, going.
And then it was empty during the game, right?
And then I was at Ciclavia yesterday, and lots of people had jerseys on, which is kind of cool. And I stopped this family, this woman, like the whole family, they all had different jerseys on. And I said, wow, this is a house divided, right? And she says, speaking about her daughter, she's like, she has not taken off this jersey since Mexico lost. That's sweet. I know, but
Very sweet.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you that people who didn't even know that much about soccer, period, are now fans.
Yeah,
it's just bringing everyone together.
Yeah.
The reason to celebrate, to cheer, to root for someone, and something bigger than yourself, right?
Yeah, it really brought people together. Like I look at this family, brought the family together.
Yeah,
you know, they're rooting for different teams. Pretty amazing.
Sad it's over.
Yeah. On to the women's.
That's right. Next
2027, baby. We'll be right back.
I was trying to see if I got it because I was out at Ciclavia.
Yeah.
And I was out in the sun for a long time. Like,
You know, you've been mentioning all morning long that you were out at Ciclavia.
He started mentioning
like
it on
this.
Friday.
Yeah. You want everyone to know that you rode a bike this weekend.
We saw a lot of people out there.
You know, one time I saw the Ciclavia go through West Hollywood into Silver Lake. I swear to God, they were
like
very
this one.
scantily clad.
Ah.
Were you one of those people?
It was hot. What did you?
Like,
It was hot.
You're stereotyping.
No, it was hot out there. It's in the summer.
I would like to know more. Are you lost too now?
Yeah, now I'm lost.
Yeah.
What do you
what's
mean?
the stereotype?
What's the stereotype? What are you talking about? Oh, because I said West Hollywood into Silver Lake.
Oh.
I'm scantily clad. He doesn't want to be associated with the scantily clad people.
Oh, hey, I'm all for the scantily clad.
I'll bet you are.
You know that.
I'll bet you are.
Said you know that. Oh my God. What happens at 8:30?
Yeah, well, you said it. It was hot. It was hot this weekend. It was hot yesterday. Today we're going to kind of enjoy, I'm going to say this in quotes, like slightly cooler conditions today as temperatures drop slightly to near average or even just slightly above. But we're going to look for another big warm up this week. In fact, especially as we get to Wednesday and Thursday, surface up. So if you're planning to go to the beach to kind of cool off from this heat, you really need to be extra careful, please. Dangerous swimming conditions with those very strong rip currents. So this is how hot it got. Yesterday it was 90 degrees. So hopefully you had your sunblock on. You will need it really moving forward if you haven't already. This is just the days here in SoCal. You really have to just protect your skin from all the sunshine, the heat. 86 is what we're expecting today. So there's that slight cool down from the 90 degrees yesterday. Our sunset time is at 8:02 this evening. Here is the current temperature downtown. It's about 70. Factor in a little bit of that humidity, so it's going to feel a little bit warmer than that. Relative humidity value up at 81%. Here are the highs today. 90s in Ontario and Corona, 93. 96 in San Bernardino, 95 in Riverside, 78 in Santa Monica. So a little bit better with that sea breeze, but in Long Beach it's 85, and it's really hot in Palm Springs, 106 with a little humidity. It feels hotter than that, and that chance for some thunderstorms over the mountains and deserts. All right, let me send it back to you guys.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome.
So there has been a setback in the effort to get to the bottom of the cyclosporiasis outbreak.
And Brooke is here with an update on all this.
Yeah, this has understandably been really confusing for people. So let me just tell you what happened recently. The FDA is now saying a big finding announced over the weekend was actually a false positive. Okay, let me break this down here. On Saturday, the FDA put out a release saying a sample of shredded iceberg lettuce supplied by Taylor Farms tested positive for cyclospora. Of course, this is what has sickened thousands of people in the U.S. But then on Sunday, the FDA said lab experts rechecked the lettuce sample results from Taylor Farms and concluded the findings should be considered a false positive. A spokesperson from Taylor Fresh Foods told Reuters the company was informed the FDA made a mistake. I find this interesting. I'm showing you this posted by Taylor Farms. It's been going viral online. In bold, they wrote, FDA apologized to us. They ended with, quote, our thoughts remain with everyone who has fallen ill from this outbreak, saying they're committed to working with authorities as this investigation continues. Cyclosporiasis so far has resulted in around 100 people being admitted to hospitals. Thousands of people are sick in multiple states. Going back to what Taylor Farms says, they are saying the FDA is telling them, as of Sunday, there have been no positive tests to any sort of sample. So that means as of Sunday, last we've been told they haven't found any infected food.
Oh boy, I
just a lot of people.
Can't be good, right?
Yeah.
For Taylor Farms,
the back and forth was fascinating to see over the weekend. You think, oh, okay, they finally narrowed it down and figured it out, and then Sunday they say, actually, just kidding. This has been.
All I know is I've been washing my lettuce.
Me too, man.
I've been just not eating it.
Yeah, not eating it or like triple
I'm just like
washing.
thinking about my immune system already is on its last leg.
That's right. With these hours, unbelievable.
And I
you don't
can't
need
risk
any help,
it.
Right?
But I miss my Caesars.
I like that good
We all do.
crunchy lettuce, you know.
Crunchy iceberg.
Cold.
Yeah.
Cold, crunchy.
It's true. Brooke, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, tell me if this sounds familiar. Anytime I tell my son to do something, he doesn't listen to what I have to say. I do a countdown. 5, 4.
Then you do it
3,
again?
2, We've never gotten to one. He doesn't know what one would happen. What would happen if we did get to one? And guess what? Neither do I. It's an empty threat. Most parents use them. So a mom wrote about this in Parents Magazine. She says the threats are often empty because, quote, sometimes I'm not trying to make my life more difficult by taking away a privilege and hearing them complain. Family therapists say you definitely don't want to give your kid the idea that he or she is in charge, or your life could get a whole lot worse. So how do we handle this? Experts suggest you don't think about discipline as punishment, but rather teaching them new skills about self-regulation, patience, responsibility, and respect for boundaries. Stay calm and remain consistent, they advise. Set realistic consequences, reward good behavior, and make sure you're making threats for the right reason and not just a way to release your frustration and anger.
Don't you think they're smart enough to know that if a threat's empty, right?
I think they're smart enough.
Right.
Kids are so much smarter than
what
we
is
give
the
them credit
consequence
for.
if you get to one?
To me, in my house?
Yeah, what's the consequence?
I don't know. And I'm happy he doesn't watch this show because I don't know. It's never gotten there before. But doesn't
3,
need to get there.
2.
2. And then I linger on the 2, 2.5, you know?
It's interesting because Bobby went backwards. He went 3, 2, 1. That is the non-parent. Parents go 1.
Yeah.
2, and it just gets increasingly, you know, to 3, and then it's like,
you know.
3, 2, let's get to entertainment. Amanda's off today. We got you covered here. It's sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino.
So people who love the Odyssey, and then there are those who love the Odyssey.
Speak in ways we understand.
Who doesn't understand pain? Or blood? The gods told you.
Then I defy the gods.
Well, one social media user says there was some defiance.
I
some
heard about
drama
this.
at Regal LA Live on Saturday night. So a moviegoer saw the Odyssey in 70mm IMAX, and when the movie was over, he refused to leave the theater. And why? He wanted to watch it all over again.
Wow.
Screenings were delayed. Can you imagine how just ticked off you would be if this happened to you? Screenings were delayed as police were called. They showed up and escorted the man out, but the damage was already done. Showtimes had to be adjusted by about 25 minutes because of the delay, but let's be honest, those 25 minutes are mostly previews. No word on what happened to the diehard fans.
Not mostly previews.
They're all previews.
But it pushes everything else back, right? Because they had that 2 a.m. showing. Now it's going to be at
2:30
a.m. Yeah. I just hope it really is great because I don't know if everybody's just getting on this bandwagon. I've seen it's a cinematic masterpiece.
You know what I would say, Bob? My advice to you and to anybody else who wants to see this movie but hasn't seen it yet, stay off the internet. Don't look at the reviews. Don't look at the little clips that people are posting. It's going to get into your head, and it's going to make you think that the movie is either great or not great before you even step foot in the theater.
Okay.
So just go.
It's hard to get away from it.
Have your own experience, and then tell us all about it.
A month from now when I finally get tickets. Marvel fans have waited forever to get a look at Avengers Doomsday. Well, wait no more. The first trailer has just dropped.
Presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. We're going to need a miracle. Hey,
I have never seen Bob.
Only Thor can hold the hammer. How is that guy able to grab the hammer?
In my life, I've never seen you get so excited about something.
I want to see this one. Fantastic Four is in it. We got Cyclops. Ooh. Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi. Chris Evans returns as well as Robert Downey Jr. He plays Dr. Doom this time.
Yes, he does.
Pretty much every Marvel character. Mystique returns. Avengers Doomsday blasts into theaters on December the 18th.
Wow. The Hammer of Thor.
That's right.
Did you ever watch Thor: Love and Thunder?
No.
I watched it. I thought it was a good one.
Me too.
Not everyone agrees. Okay, last hour we asked you, what was your favorite part of the halftime show? Here are your answers. Shakira, Burna Boy. Running away with it right now, 42%.
It's great to end with Shakira.
And we got some comments. Shakira, says Van in North Hills, our FIFA queen. She killed it and gave those kids a moment to shine with her. I couldn't agree more. Van.
Yeah.
Grace from Montebello, the queen of pop still reigns.
All right.
You know, she's talking about Madonna.
That's right.
Laura from Whittier, because they're all prettier in Whittier. Halftime show was awesome. Great representation. The kids and, of course, the Muppets.
The Muppets. It's great to have the Muppets. I love that.
Suzanne from Topanga. The Biebs moment added heart to this world coming together experience.
I agree with you, Suzanne.
That's right, Suzanne.
I agree.
It was kind of the emotionality that we needed to see.
And I like how it was like stuck in the middle, right? Because you had like Madonna and then Shakira at the end, but in the middle was all the heart.
And I love Ted Lasso introducing.
That was
right.
Great too.
We're all believers. Okay, Maria, over to you.
Are you a believer?
Of course I am. I actually love Justin Bieber. Absolutely. I can't wait to watch the whole halftime show. How about this? This next hookup hurts so good.
John Mellencamp. Dancing Words Tour, the greatest hits. August 10th. The Hollywood Bowl.
And yes, John Mellencamp may not have been part of the halftime show, but you know what? With that music that defined a generation, he's back, and tickets are now on sale at Ticketmaster.com. How would you like to get hooked up to see him live under the stars at Hollywood Bowl? Well, we want to hook you up with 4 tickets to see Mellencamp live at the Hollywood Bowl on Monday, August 10th. So enter for your chance to win on our website at foxla.com/contests, or you can link right through the QR code right there on the screen. So go ahead and take a look at that, and good luck to you. All right, let's talk about traffic right now. Good Day LA Traffic is sponsored by calljacob.com and Jacob M. Ronnie. Let's talk about our traffic conditions out there. I know Mario has been pointing this out, but those road closures related to that main break is still there. So a lot of delays related to the closures on Sunset and Holloway, part of Sunset Boulevard between San Vicente and Sherbourne Drive. Also parts of Larrabee Drive closed down, so impacted by all of that road work. So you want to just make sure you check your apps and check on the time that you need to be where you need to be in and around that area of WeHo. Here is a live look at one of our traffic cameras. This is a northbound 101 at Balboa Boulevard out in the valley. Both sides, actually, of the 101 freeway, moving really nicely at this hour. Here are the drive times in and out of downtown LA. Still pretty slow on that West 10, but it's not too bad for this time of the morning. 32 minutes between the 5 to the 405 going towards Santa Monica. On that North 110 between the 405 to the 10, 24 minutes. And on that West 60 between the 57 to the 5, 27 minutes there. Now let's take a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
So I do hot yoga every day. After the accident, my lower back was so stiff I couldn't move, and I called Jacob. They treated me like a king. I did not have to deal with anything. If you're in an accident, call Jacob. Call Jacob.
And this weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. We've got a good looking shot to show you here. Some high clouds, some mid-level clouds at our LAX camera. This is, well, that flow coming out of the southeast, picking up some of that subtropical moisture once again, giving us a little added humidity. But we also have a slight onshore flow along the coast. If you are at the beach, you're going to feel a little bit of that sea breeze, and temperatures will drop slightly today as a result. However, we're watching several factors in the weather. We've got Tropical Storm Elita, by the way, in the East Pacific that's going to continue to dissipate and weaken as it moves north. However, it is sending some high surf our way, as well as some moisture, especially if you're headed north into the Bay Area. Speaking of surf, 4 to 7 feet, occasionally 8-foot sets along our beaches. That means dangerous rip currents in the water. So if you have your day planned out to be at the beach with the family, please always swim or paddle out near a lifeguard, or check in with a lifeguard first before you do anything. 77 along the coast today. We're going to stay in the upper 70s to near 80, though, by Thursday. That's when we'll see the peak of the heat again, but we're going to hang on to this heat through the weekend and into early next week. 86 for downtown LA, 91 on Thursday. We'll stay near 90 through the extended outlook. 98 for the valleys and the Inland Empire. Look at all the triple digits. 106 on Thursday. Would not be surprised if heat alerts go into place starting tomorrow. Up into the mountains, 78, really heating up there. 86 on Thursday, with humidity and chances for thunderstorms in the higher elevations, along with our desert communities. 100 degrees today in the Antelope Valley, up to 106 on Thursday, and out towards the Coachella Valley, of course, even hotter. 106 today. Look at 113 to 114 by next weekend. So it's going to be very, very hot out towards the low desert, as well as with the instability and that chance for some thunderstorms. So stay heat safe, please, over the next week or so. That's my weather. Back to you.
All right, so even though it's all over, you can't believe it's over, right? Our World Cup talk continues this morning. While the fans are returning home, the money they spent and the memories they made while they were here visiting is going to be felt for years to come.
We're still getting in, basking in this glory, right? Because joining us to talk about the economic impact and reflect on the last few weeks, Jason Crutch. He's with the Los Angeles Sports and Entertainment Commission, the team that led the Los Angeles World Cup 2026 host committee. It was like years in the planning, right? If you think back of everything, and then everything sort of came together.
As soon as we found out it was happening here in LA.
Yeah, we've been working on this project for years.
Yeah.
And so to see the last 39 days come together, the excitement across the community, fans pouring into the stadium, all the different official fan events, community events, the excitement, we couldn't have asked for much more.
What's the main thing that you're reflecting on right now?
I just think seeing the community to come together. The stories that we're hearing of people who watched, attended an event, came together, celebrated with their community. It's almost like we have so many amazing testimonials from people just talking about how much they enjoyed this experience this summer in Los Angeles, across North America. It really just is, it's just special to see it all come together.
Because you have all these ideas in your head when you're planning this, and you're like, oh, we're going to create these fan zones, and people are going to, but people turned out to these fan zones, right? I mean, we saw you on TV constantly because it was like nonstop.
Right. Yeah. The demand was so high. And again, we built this model. We had this opening weekend fan festival at the LA Memorial Coliseum, big celebration, and then we were going to spread it across the community with these 10 fan zones. From day one, it was the opening match of Mexico versus South Africa on June 11th, and fans just poured into that Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum in droves. It was a sold-out crowd, and for the next 38 days to follow, the energy never let up.
I wonder what your level of anxiety was before that very first, right at the Coliseum, and then seeing how the fans kind of took over and made it their own. Like, that had to be a big sigh of relief for you.
It was. I mean, you knew the excitement was high. You knew the demand was significant for an event. You wouldn't have built a model if you didn't believe that. But to see it in actuality and actually see those fans pour in and having so much fun and celebrating, and literally just literally the next 39 days, the last 6 weeks, you've seen jerseys all over the city. You've seen flags being flown. You've seen every bar and community location watching the games, pulling crowds together. We have documented over 300 community events separate from all of our official events. And those are just community organized, showing matches, bringing people together. And so just, really that collective excitement across the region was really, really just special to see.
Let's put up that graphic again, because we were talking about kind of the economic impact of this. And you know, when we talk about the World Cup viewership here, so I think it probably exceeded expectations, right? The LA Stadium, 560,000 visitors. The Fan Fest, 250,000 visitors. $892 million in the LA County economic impact and over $1 billion in long-term economic benefits. We're throwing those numbers around, but it probably is really hard to quantify exactly how big of an impact this actually really has.
Yeah, but I mean, again, the engagement and the viewership is significant. I mean, this was, when you really think about it, it was an ultimate commercial for Los Angeles, for the United States, North America. I mean, everyone around the world is watching these matches and just seeing the kind of celebration and camaraderie and really what the Los Angeles community, just the welcoming environment that it is, and just coming to our beaches or the different fan zones. It was really, really special to be. And then certainly there is the economic impact. I mean, this is when you have hundreds of thousands of people showing up and attending these events, you know, the ripple effect of that is significant, and I think that's a great thing for this Los Angeles market.
The next thing is Super Bowl, right? So does this give you a lot of confidence going into that?
Yeah, certainly. It sure does. So Super Bowl coming February 14th, 2027. Next week's 200 days to go. So we shift the gears pretty quickly from football to football, which is great. And it's going to be really exciting. The NFL season is going to kick off first week of September, and really you're going to see this, you know, kind of transfer of information and swell of excitement. I think we're going to try to keep some of this momentum going from this one really special summer in Los Angeles, leading straight into the NFL season, straight into the second Super Bowl back in LA in 5 years. You know, it's the second fastest turnaround to a market ever. So really just, you know, excited to kind of like keep the momentum going, and then obviously that all leads us into 28.
Oh my gosh. And one of our teams, you know, the Rams or the Chargers are in it. This is going to be a huge one. What can we expect with that? Like, what can you give us an idea of, like, what's
any ideas you got kicking around in your head?
Yeah, since you're pivoting to that.
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly we're going to have a chance to debrief on everything we just accomplished from World Cup, and you know, all the different stakeholders coming together to think about how we apply some of that to Super Bowl. I mean, you're going to see a week-long celebration in Los Angeles that second week of February. You're going to see an amazing game at SoFi Stadium on the 14th, and so it's going to be another opportunity to bring the community together to have these large kind of like, you know, unifying type come together events, and I think that's what you're going to see again in February.
You're going to take a nice long vacation.
I'm going to take
you deserve it. You need it to recharge.
I think it was just like yesterday you were doing this whole thing, and here you are in the studio.
Wow.
So congrats on everything. That it was really, we showed up well.
Well done.
Yeah. Huge collective effort. So many stakeholders, but thank you guys for all your support.
Of course.
Thank
Always.
you. We'll have you back here for the Super Bowl. Jason Crutch, he's with the Los Angeles Sports and Entertainment Commission. We're looking forward to that. We'll be right back. You going to go somewhere?
Sigh already? It's Monday morning. Hey, everybody, welcome to it. A fresh new week. And the World Cup comes to an end.
I know.
Just like that. Time to get some rest, Sandra. Welcome to it.
It was a fun ride, though, for sure.
Yeah, it was fun.
How exciting.
It
right, Maria?
was. I think that sigh was, oh, what am I going to do now? What are we going to do in the middle of the afternoons? Because it was really exciting over the last several weeks. So now we're going to focus on baseball, right? The Dodgers and Angels. We do have some heat here with us, you guys. We had some hot temperatures, certainly over the weekend, but we're going to bring it down just slightly, I think, today. Part of the reason, some of the high mid-level cloud cover that's going to help filter out the sunshine. But if you're at the coast, you're going to feel the effects of the sea breeze. We do have the onshore flow. Notice the arrows coming from the ocean toward the land. But inland, especially the farther inland you go, you're going to feel the heat and humidity. Chances for some storms as well. As you can see here already, the radar picking up some of that rain. 71 in Pasadena currently, 77 in Woodland Hills. It's 72 in Santa Monica, out towards San Bernardino at 79. Big Bear at 67 with some partly cloudy skies to partly sunny, 95 in Palm Springs. That's where it's going to be the hottest. Palm Springs in the low desert, 106 with the humidity, 10% chance for some showers, 100 in the high desert. The mountains eventually 78 in Big Bear, and a little humid as well as unstable. So plan that hike, plan the walk around the lake early before it gets hotter and humid later in the afternoon. Also with that chance for some showers. 86 for downtown LA. That's down from yesterday's 90. 77 along the coast to the upper 90s in the valleys and the Inland Empire. Yes, it will get hotter. I'll show you the numbers coming up, my complete forecast. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. Breaking news in the San Fernando Valley this morning. A suspect is missing and presumed dead after a barricade situation comes to a fiery end in Woodland Hills.
Let's get to Gigi right now, live there with more on what we know so far this morning. Gigi.
That's right. Human remains were found inside a townhouse where that suspect was barricaded, and police are presuming it is him, but it will be up to the medical examiner to determine the exact identity of those remains. We're live on Owens Mouth in Burbank, where the investigation into this barricade and fire continues today, with both LAPD and LA City Fire still on the scene. Let me show you, though, how it all ended. A raging fire tearing through the townhouse overnight, the same unit where a domestic violence suspect was barricaded for hours. Now, the story began Sunday afternoon around 3:15. That's when police say a woman walked into LAPD's Topanga station and reported she had been severely beaten and raped by her husband. It's unclear today if the couple were still living together, but officers came here to this townhouse to speak with the suspect, but say he refused to come out. And because they had information that he was a registered gun owner and armed, SWAT was called in. How the fire started is still unclear. That will be determined by arson investigators. But LA City Fire rushed in, at first unable to get too close, not only because the suspect was believed to be armed, but because crews could hear the sound of ammunition either being fired or exploding in the flames. As this unfolded, many neighbors evacuated while others watched the drama. One of them, the suspect's neighbor, actually texted him to make sure he and his family were okay. At the moment, she had no idea he was the man police were looking for. She asked that we not show her face.
All of this started, I had no idea it was him, but we just saw the SWAT team and everything was crazy. So I just sent him a text and said, hey, this is your neighbor and just want to make sure you guys are okay. And now looking back, I can't believe he responded. If it was really him, I can't even believe he responded and just said, wow, everything's crazy. I'm so sorry. And I thought it was strange that he said he was sorry, but at the same time, I thought maybe he wasn't home and he was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I have no information for you or something. But he just said, I'm sorry. I'm fine over here. And that was it.
Now, police say they still don't know whether the suspect was actually shooting at SWAT or whether the popping sounds they heard were simply rounds exploding in the fire. And bringing it back here, Owensmouth and Burbank. Owensmouth still shut down for this investigation. As for the identity of the suspect, that will come from the medical examiner once his family is notified. In Woodland Hills, Gigi Graciette.
Gigi, I was trying to see with those aerial shots if other units were impacted by this fire because this was a townhouse. It was a little hard to tell.
The fire was in a middle unit, and neighbors tell me that yes, they believe the units on either side were damaged. Not a lot of information coming from police or the fire department this morning, though, on that.
Okay, but no one was hurt aside from the death there in that specific unit.
That's right. No injuries have been reported.
All right, Gigi, thank you so much. We do have some developing news this morning. A man is found shot to death in a parking lot next to the Santa Monica Pier.
Coco McAvoy live at the scene right there. Coco, how's it looking?
Still so many questions surrounding what exactly happened here at the Santa Monica Pier, but we do know that a man was shot and killed in the parking lot right next to the pier. We're far away from the actual crime scene, but you can see that Santa Monica police are still investigating. They have set up a perimeter as well. They have a tent covering the victim's body at this time while they continue to investigate, and they are looking for the shooter as well. We know this all happened at 12:30 this morning in the parking lot. It's not unusual for this parking lot to be busy at this time on a weekend, but this weekend in particular was very busy because there was a free World Cup watch party happening from the 3rd Street Promenade all the way here to the pier. And this is concerning for locals as well. A few have been walking up to us asking us what's happening here, and when we told them that there was a shooting, one man in particular said to me, "Again?" And he said that because there was a shooting that happened here at the Santa Monica Pier back in March. In that case, the victim did survive and the suspect was arrested pretty immediately. But in this case, there are no arrests. We don't have any information about the suspect at this time. The victim's also not being identified because they do have to notify his next of kin. We know the coroner has not arrived here on scene just yet. We also know that there's not a public information officer out here, so I have been talking to the patrol officers, but they tell me that they're not able to provide any more information as to what happened. But it's important to note that this is the Santa Monica Pier, so obviously, like I said, locals are concerned because this is a major attraction, not just for locals, but for tourists as well. Now, the pier is open, so people are allowed to obviously be on the pier and visit the pier and also the surrounding areas. There are some people who are walking or running or biking. The only thing that's impacted right now is this parking lot. You are not allowed to park in this parking lot for now while police continue their investigation, but hopefully Santa Monica police will provide more information in the coming hours regarding this deadly shooting here in Santa Monica. I'll send it back to you.
Coco, I know you said before it was kind of a sensitive situation and the scene right there because it's so public and out in the open. Were they able to kind of confine the area, put a perimeter so that a lot of people can't look at the situation?
Yes, so they did set up a perimeter, as you can see, but I will tell you that in the early hours when we were here, the victim's body was exposed, and that a lot of times that happens because the police do not want to really mess up the crime scene. They want all the details out in the open, and fortunately there were not a ton of people out at that time, but now as it's gotten busier and busier, they did put a tent up, especially because people are walking on the pier, so they would in theory be able to see more of the crime scene if they did not have that tent up. But now they've expanded the perimeter. They're not letting people park in this parking lot. And like I said, they do have the tent covering the victim's body at this time while they wait for the coroner.
Right. That could take some time. All right, Coco, thank you for that update. Now, crews are working day and night to repair a section of an old water main that disintegrated and flooded parts of West Hollywood last week.
Let's go to Mario right now for an update on when the work may wrap up and full water service get restored. Mario.
Yeah, and we're hearing from West Hollywood's Mayor John Heilman. He's been told at last check it wouldn't be open until Wednesday or Thursday, and we're waiting right now for an update from LADWP officials who say they've made progress, but the repairs, or I should say the reopening, is far from over, and you can get an idea of the work that needs to be done here. This is the trench that they've dug up. We are now learning that they've been entering day 5 here, around-the-clock work, as they are pressure testing underground before the trench is backfilled and the road is finally reopened. So take a look. LADWP crews, they've been working day and night, about 200 personnel assigned to this emergency response. And the damage began early Thursday morning. We were out here when a 110-year-old 36-inch water main ruptured. It sent an estimated 17 million gallons of water racing through the streets here, pushing cars down the road, flooding underground garages, and damaging at least 7 homes and businesses as well. And since then, crews have cut out the damaged 25-foot section of pipe. They've installed a new 3-foot diameter steel replacement, and right now that pipe is being pressure tested to identify and seal any remaining leaks. And with this pipe dating back more than a century, many residents say this break raising questions about the city's oldest water lines.
Impacted us, like, mentally too, you know. It's been like rough the last few days.
It's like we're living in the Revelations in the Bible.
I think there's probably a lot of 110-year-old pipes that need to be looked at in LA right now.
We need to be fixing some pipes.
Cities needs to do so much more to infrastructure here. It's our city, and they got to take care of it.
Now, as for the next steps, once those tests are complete, officials say the water line will be disinfected with chlorine. Water quality will be tested to make sure it meets all state and federal standards. The water will be dechlorinated, and only then can crews backfill the trench and repave the street here. The agency says drinking water remains safe, but because the area is currently being served by a smaller 8-inch pipe instead of that damaged 36-inch transmission line, residents, especially those living on upper floors, could experience lower water pressure during peak hours. Now, if we come back out here live, you can see this perimeter around State Social House here on Sunset Boulevard. We also heard from Dialogue Cafe saying they would be closed indefinitely because of the repairs, and several other businesses. Book Soup right across the street closed while this is all going on. And again, no official timeline, an update from LADWP. We were told that we'd get one at 9 o'clock, so we're still waiting. I was hoping to grab someone live once they send out a spokesperson, but we'll hope to bring that to you soon. For now, live here in West Hollywood, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, Mario, thank you so much. He's been on that story for a few days now.
From the beginning
right. Hopefully
the
to the end, right? All right, let's talk about those roads out there. I was just telling Sandra this morning it felt extra busy.
A lot of traffic out there early on.
Where is everyone going? Back to work, I guess.
I think everyone's back to work. I think now that World Cup and all the parties and all that stuff.
What it is? Okay.
It's like back to life today. We do have some traffic problems out there in addition to those closures at WeHo, so we'll talk about that in just a few moments. This weather, or rather traffic report, is brought to you by DTLA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. We're going to zoom into one of our traffic cameras here. This is the 405 freeway at Lakewood Boulevard. Okay, this is where it's not busy. This actually looks really good. Both the northbound and southbound sides of the 405 freeway moving nicely. Here are the drive times in and out of downtown LA. Westbound 10 between the 5 to the 405. It has improved in the last, I'd say 15 minutes, 28 minutes now it's taking to get to the west side. Northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10. It's a little slower, 33 minutes there on that west 60 between the 57 to the 5, 26 minutes. Now here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
John Mellencamp is hitting the road with his legendary greatest hits on the Dancing Words Tour. And we want to hook you up with 4 tickets to see him live at the Hollywood Bowl on Monday, August 10th. Enter for your chance to win on our website at foxla.com/contest or link through the QR code right there on your screen. Good luck.
Fun, good times. So Amanda's off today, but we have you covered for entertainment, sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. And we do begin with the star-studded World Cup halftime show.
That's right, Madonna opened the show, flanked by soccer legends Ronaldo and Ronaldinho. Then Shakira appeared with the Burna Boy. We also heard from BTS and Justin Bieber. The show was curated by Coldplay's Chris Martin. Something for everyone.
I really enjoyed it.
It was so fun.
I thought it was great.
Entertaining and everything.
I even like this. I don't know why people are complaining that he brought the mood down because it was a slower, you know, kind of thing. But I thought it was good.
That's right.
It was very emotional. You had a little bit of everything for everyone. And
I love seeing the kids too.
Oh, that
dancing,
was they were adorable.
Performing.
The story behind that is so wonderful that Shakira invited them and kept her promise. That's so great. Good times.
Yeah, it really was. And dozens of famous faces were there, including Will Ferrell, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Serena Williams, Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner, and Matt Damon. There were so many others watching this historic final as well. Tickets for this final match cost more than $10,000 each.
Yeah, I think like the cheapest were like $8,000 cheapest, right? Yeah, it was a pricey one, but you got that show, so now I see why, honestly. Another story from the World Cup is the so-called Drake curse. The Drake curse, have you heard of it? Apparently it has struck again. The singer placed a very big bet on the one team to win, and fans said that was the kiss of death because they didn't win. So obviously we're talking about Argentina. You were right, fans. Drake lost $1.5 million on Argentina. And over the years, fans have coined that phrase, the Drake curse, after noticing an uncanny pattern of teams and athletes losing after receiving the rapper's public support. Others who have been hit by this curse, well, you have Drake, who bet on Conor McGregor to win last weekend's fight. He lost. The Patriots to beat Seattle in this year's Super Bowl. Lost. And the Chiefs to defeat the Eagles in last year's Super Bowl. Again, lost.
There was a curse among athletes before at one time if you appeared on a certain cereal box. That, you wouldn't perform very well. I'm not going to say which one, but anyway, there's a lot of superstition around sports, right? But we want to ask you, what is your favorite part of the halftime show yesterday? Did you check it out? Here are the results so far. 42% say Shakira and Burna Boy.
And the kids. Awesome. You got to add the kids.
I know. Harold from San Bernardino saying, I truly enjoyed Shakira and Burna Boy performance. The elaborate garments and the exotic dance moves were sensational. My score, 10-10-10.
Wow, nice. Jennifer from Bloomington, my favorite part was Shakira. Great energy, awesome song, beautiful dancers.
P from Riverside.
Hips don't lie.
Yep, hips don't lie.
So Shakira all the way around. Shakira, Shakira. All right, we'll be right back.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. Good Day LA weather is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casinos. What a beautiful view of Malibu. We've got the surfers, not as many. I think they're also back to work, but we do have some surfers out there taking advantage of the rising surf. We do have some bigger waves rolling in. We've got an area of high pressure. We got a lot of factors that we're watching right now. Big dome of high pressure still over the southwest. This is really dictating our weather. We're tapping into that subtropical moisture from the southeast. So yes, it's going to be hot. Yes, it's going to be a little humid. And we still have some shower activity. Along the coast, it's going to be a little bit cooler because of that sea breeze. And in general, I think some of the temperatures you may notice will be down a few degrees from yesterday. And part of that because of the cloud cover kind of filtering out the sunshine a little bit. However, with the humidity, it's still going to feel pretty warm. High pressure is going to strengthen as we get to Wednesday and Thursday. And we will see those temperatures rise again. So I would not be surprised if we get those heat alerts returning as early as tomorrow into Wednesday and Thursday. And we'll continue to see moisture, not just from the southeast, but also some activity in the East Pacific. We're actually watching a couple of storm systems. One has just been downgraded now to post-tropical Elita in the East Pacific, but you can see all the cloud cover and the moisture streaming up to our south, to our north into the Bay Area. And then we're watching this tropical storm Fausto to our south. This is the system that I'm watching. It's actually going to move toward the west-northwest, toward the Hawaiian Islands, and still kind of maintain its intensity near 1 category hurricane. It is very warm, those sea surface temperatures, and this is all part of the super El Nino that's developing right now, which can mean some really intense storms for us later this fall as well. 83 in Inglewood today, 108 in Indio, to that 102 in Bakersfield. I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Maria, thank you so much. Want to give a big shout out to our director of this show right now, Director Lisa Todd. I mean, look at her. Wow. Stunning, right? She was in a big competition, Muscle Contest International Los Angeles.
She won 3 medals in 3 different classes, entered in the fit model category. She has been working on this for months. Yes. The dedication, the sacrifice, the hard work, it all paid off. Look at that smile on stage.
Look at that body.
That body.
Oh my gosh.
Body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Yep. Love that, Lisa. Well done. Your first competition ever.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Also coached by Bailey Anderson. Want to give a shout out there. But truly, her dedication, she's been eating the same meal. I've been watching her eat the same thing for months. Over and over again. Just
I wanted
very
to cry
lean
for
and clean.
her. I wanted to
but it paid off.
She had like not one carb.
It paid off
for months.
I'm gonna stuff your face with
we
carbs.
We love you, Lisa.
You look amazing. Congratulations. Don't cry.
Well, let's show it again. Lisa, show it again.
Show yourself
Press
in the
button.
booth.
Press it. Come on.
Give it away.
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, there you go. So awesome. Congrats.
Wow. Welcome back, everybody. 9:31 right now. Let's check in on some of those top stories. Suspect presumed dead after a barricade situation came to a fiery end in Woodland Hills. The LAPD saying that this all started Sunday afternoon when LAPD officers went to the townhouse on Owensmouth Avenue to follow up on a domestic violence report. That suspect, who police say was a registered gun owner, he refused to come out, and the SWAT team was called in. At some point, fire broke out, with crews reporting they heard what sounded like gunfire. Firefighters eventually put out the flames and discovered human remains.
A man was shot and killed near the Santa Monica Pier this morning. Police say the shooting was reported at about 12:30 this morning in a parking lot on the south side of the pier. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene. Police are investigating what led up to this shooting, but so far there's no suspect information and no arrests.
Significant progress being made this morning to replace a broken section of a 110-year-old water pipe that sent 17 million gallons of water into the streets of West Hollywood last week. The LADWP officials say they do not know when the repairs will be completed and when Sunset Boulevard reopens for residents and businesses. The utility says that it has 200 people working on the problem every day, day and night.
There has been a setback in the effort to get to the bottom of the cyclosporiasis outbreak.
That's Brooke here now with more on what the FDA is saying. You've been covering this since last week.
Yeah, absolutely. And over the weekend, there was a bit of a roller coaster. It's been confusing, to say the least, understandably. The FDA is now saying a big finding announced over the weekend was actually a false positive. Let me try and break it down for you. On Saturday, the FDA put out a release saying a sample of shredded iceberg lettuce supplied by Taylor Farms tested positive for cyclospora. Of course, cyclospora is what has sickened thousands of people in the U.S. But then on Sunday, the FDA said lab experts rechecked the lettuce sample results from Taylor Farms and concluded the findings should be considered a false positive. A spokesperson from Taylor Fresh Foods told Reuters the company was informed the FDA made a mistake and that as of Sunday, the FDA says there were no confirmed positive sample results for cyclospora. The Taylor Farms spokesperson says they've pulled the iceberg lettuce from central Mexico off shelves as part of a voluntary recall out of an abundance of caution based on the initial information given. I want to show you this, posted by Taylor Farms. It's been going viral online. In bold at the top, they wrote, FDA apologized to us, ending with, quote, our thoughts remain with everyone who has fallen ill in this outbreak. The company also says they are committed to working with authorities as the investigation continues. Now, cyclosporiasis has resulted so far in about 100 people being admitted to hospitals. Thousands of people are sick right now in multiple states.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
So as far as people worried about eating salad and lettuce, what's the status?
We have no more information than we had last Tuesday as far as exactly where this is coming from. Isn't that interesting? And we thought we did.
Right.
And now the FDA is saying that was a false positive. Obviously, lots of questions there.
Yeah, and to be blamed for that is obviously a huge blow, too, a false positive.
I mean, I imagine how Taco Bell is feeling right now. They're not even their own supplier. It's, you know.
Or that farm.
Right. Yeah, so it's, you know, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
More to come.
We'll stay on it for sure.
All right, let's check in with Maria.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Just talking to our interns that are in studio today. You know, we get some, maybe they'll do a drive-by and walk by the set. Good morning to you. Yes, the heat is on again this week. In fact, it's going to get hotter as we get into midweek. We have some patchy clouds outside right now and even some high mid-level clouds, which will help to sort of lower the temperatures a little bit. But we're still tapping into all of this humidity and subtropical moisture, so we're still going to feel the muggy condition. And if that drives you to the beach for some relief, remember, we do have some high surf rolling in today with those dangerous rip currents. So just keep that in mind before you swim or paddle out. We have had a warm to hot month so far. With the exception of 3 days, we have had well above normal high temperatures, including yesterday's hot 90 degrees for downtown LA. Today, we're going to bring it down just a few degrees to 86, but that's still above the average of 83. Our sunset time is coming up at 8:02 this evening. Other highs today will be around, let's see, 98 in Woodland Hills, which is hot, 81 in Santa Ana. Santa Monica, not too bad, 78 degrees, but it is hot and humid out towards Palm Springs, 106 degrees there today with a chance for some storms. 78 in Big Bear eventually with a chance for some showers as well later this afternoon. It will get hotter, like I said, especially as we get to midweek. I'll show you those numbers and temperatures in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, we do have a handful of new product recalls to tell you about this morning.
From kid sandals to kitchen appliances, check to see if you have any of these. So if you bought, these are cute shoes, by the way. They caught my attention. Cat and Jack toddler sandals at Target this year. Take a look, around 211,000 pairs have been recalled after the decorative pearls there were found to come loose, causing a choking hazard. They were sold in stores and online. The CPSC says that to stop using them, return them to the store, and you will get a full refund.
Parents also may want to check their kitchen. Around 117,000 Boone Pivot toddler towers sold through Target, Amazon, and Baby List are being recalled because they can tip over when a child is standing on them. Put the step stool away and contact Tomy for a free repair kit before using it again.
Okay, and if you barbecue in your backyard, and if you have one of these, the Cuisinart Propel Plus 4 burner grill with pizza oven, you'll want to pay attention. About 13,000 grills sold at Lowe's, Walmart, and online being recalled because the pizza oven's glass window can shatter during use. Check the Consumer Product Safety Commission's website to see if your model is included to claim a refund.
And finally, Panasonic is recalling about 11,000 electric toaster ovens sold through Amazon, Costco, and other online retailers as well. The power cord could create a shock or fire hazard. So if you have the recalled model, stop using it right away and contact Panasonic for a full refund.
Police are also investigating multiple street takeovers around Southern California that happened over the weekend. Street takeovers reported in neighborhoods like Carson, Florence, Manhattan Beach, Watts. One of them ended in a shooting. Massive turnout, blocked intersections, fireworks were set off. Fires were also set in a different location as well. There were 2 shows in Carson, one in West Albertoni Street, excuse me, and Main Street, the other at South Figueroa Street and West Lomita Boulevard. In the Florence neighborhood on Manchester Avenue and San Pedro Street. So a lot of action there.
Also in, like Watts, the remnants of a street takeover included a burnt car and bullet casings. Police say 2 people were shot, a 17-year-old boy and a 35-year-old man. The man was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Officials say they got a call about a fire, and that's when they found out the 2 victims were there. No word on any arrests of any of these street takeovers.
Some developing news of a deadly shooting inside of a Cerritos restaurant when a man armed with a knife was shot and killed. Deputies say that the armed suspect ran into the kitchen of Lucille's Barbecue on South Street just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. That is when investigators say a concealed carry permit holder ordered the man to drop the weapon. Investigators say the suspect charged at the armed customer who opened fire. The suspect died at the scene. Deputies say the shooter is fully cooperating with deputies.
New this morning, Meta is offering new parental safety measures. It's to help protect teens, messaging its AI chat box who show signs of mental distress. Meta is introducing a feature that will alert parents if their teen discusses suicide or self-harm. The company says it will err on the side of caution. It will also share expert resources to help parents approach conversations with their teens. The alerts are now live for parents using Instagram parental supervision in the U.S., UK, Australia, and Canada, and it will be available globally by the end of the year.
Federal employees can now download TikTok on government devices. The Justice Department says that's no longer a concern about China having access to American user data and operations. DOJ ignoring a 2022 law that banned federal employees from using the app on federal devices. And since TikTok's parent company ByteDance transferred control to a majority American-owned joint venture, DOJ saying that data breach by China is no longer as much of a threat.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to you this morning. The United Kingdom officially has a new Prime Minister. Andy Burnham was greeted by supporters outside number 10 Downing Street this morning, and shortly after accepting King Charles's invitation to form a new government. I've been watching The Crown again, so this is
You're always watching The Crown.
Come on. It came after Keir Starmer officially resigned, that is, to the King's hours earlier. The old Prime Minister resigned and the new one stepped in. It happens immediately, like clockwork. The last 9 hours as Mayor of Greater Manchester in northwest England, and Burnham now becomes the 7th Prime Minister in 10 years. That's quick.
It requires my generation of politicians to raise our game and rise to the new challenge. Britain needs to show the world that we can regain our stability once again.
All right. Burnham is taking over for Keir Starmer, who was forced out by fellow Labour Party members after they suffered devastating losses in the local elections in May.
All right, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is off to a massive start, bringing in more than $264 million worldwide in its opening weekend.
We won the war. Help me go home.
This story follows King Odysseus in Greece returning home from war. The Odyssey stars Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Zendaya, and many more. It is the biggest debut of Nolan's career, but fans may have to be patient for his next project because he says the epic production pushed him to his limits, and it will be at least 3 years before he makes another movie. I haven't even seen it, but I believe it, just judging by what I've seen, it looks like pretty epic.
Right. But to say that, geez.
Of course you haven't seen it, Roxy. It's hard to get a ticket, number one, and it's 3 hours long, by the way.
Almost. It's like 2:56. No, 2:52.
It's 3 hours long. So I got tickets, and I'm going to see it on Friday on the big 70 millimeter
right?
IMAX. Yeah. So I'll give you my review next week. But I love all of Christopher Nolan's movies. So, well, mostly all. I'd say 9 out of 10 of them. So I'll give you my review when I come back. In the meantime, let's talk about this. We've got an area of high pressure that is in control of our weather, providing us with these hot summer temperatures. It's only going to get hotter as we get to midweek, though. And we're actually tapping into a little bit from what's left of Tropical Storm Elita here in the eastern Pacific. It is feeding moisture up into this area of low pressure just off the coast of northern central California. So they're feeling definitely that moisture and humidity as well as we are coming out of the south and southeast. So not only do we have the high mid-level cloud cover, but also a little bit of humidity. Still a little bit more comfortable along the coast, though, because you can get in the water. Of course, water temperatures very refreshing in the upper 60s, low 70s. And as we get to downtown LA, inland Orange County, 86 today. But look at how we get to the low 90s by Thursday. We're going to hold on to this well above normal high temperatures through the weekend and into early next week. So prolonged period of well above average highs. That's going to put a lot of stress on our bodies. So keep that in mind as you make your plans, especially when it comes to planning outdoor activities. 98 degrees in the valleys, 106 by Thursday. We're going to stay with the triple digits through, like I said, this weekend into next week. The mountains also up in Big Bear, 78 today, but looking at the upper 80s, a big jump in our temperatures as we get to midweek. And add to that the humidity and instability and that chance for some thunderstorms as well. 100 in the high desert, like the Antelope Valley, Lancaster, Palmdale. We're talking about 106 by midweek. And then the Coachella Valley, of course, even hotter, 112 by Thursday, and maintaining that heat through the weekend. Even hotter, 114 by this coming Sunday. So stay heat safe. Back to you.
All right, financial experts say California's jobs report shows troubling signs. While the unemployment rate actually went down last month by 1/10 of a percentage point to 5.2%, analysts say June was another month of job losses. Analysts say the unemployment rate dropped because there were fewer people actively looking for work. They estimate about 35,000 Californians simply quit looking for jobs.
I think part of it is just simply the difficulty of finding any job in California today has led to a certain discouragement.
Analysts say California is going in the wrong direction. There were no job gains in April. 15,000 jobs were lost in May, and another 2,900 were lost in June.
California is still holding on to its title as the world's fourth largest economy, but just barely. New estimates from the International Monetary Fund shows that our state economy is running at about $4.4 trillion, edging out Japan by a very small margin. Rapid growth in tech and AI helped give California an early 2026 boost, but the race with Japan, the UK, and India is getting tighter. Only $250 billion of business output, or about a 6% gap, separates California and those three nations.
A California lawmaker introduced new legislation on Friday designed to protect workers and small businesses. It's the Workers' Opportunity to Purchase Act by a supervisor from San Francisco. It includes right to first offer to workers, granting them a set period of time to form a worker co-op to potentially buy the business they're already working for, if the owner is looking to sell. The legislation would also create small business tenant unions, empowering small commercial tenants to unionize and collectively bargain with property owners. The legislation will now be assigned to a committee for discussion before going before the full board for a vote. The UC Board of Regents has postponed a decision about whether to bring back the SAT and ACT as a requirement for student applications. The decision to postpone came one day before the UC Board of Regents was scheduled to meet in San Francisco last week. UC officials did not give a reason for the delay. The University of California stopped requiring SATs during the pandemic, and earlier this year, UC faculty urged administrators to bring the test back after seeing first-year STEM students severely deficient in math skills. Now there's a renewed debate over the value of standardized tests altogether.
Actually, also a equity question. This equity question of, who does the SAT sort of highlight and who does it kind of leave out of going to a UC? And what is the purpose of higher education in UC and CSU in particular? Is it an elite college, or is it some way of providing kind of a broad group of people of all socioeconomic levels access to an elite, very high quality education?
The UC system will now have until June of next year to decide whether to bring the SAT back for admissions.
The Trump administration revising regulations for orange juice. New standards include lowering the minimum sugar content from 10.5% to 10% for pasteurized orange juice. Bad weather, fruit disease impacted natural sugar levels, forcing farmers to import orange juice to create a better blend. Growers say the original 1960s era rule hurt the economy, cost American jobs, and forced higher sugar levels onto consumers.
This common sense change allows processors to rely more heavily on Florida-grown oranges instead of being forced to blend with imported juice simply to satisfy an outdated regulatory requirement.
Citrus growers say the change won't affect quality or taste, and American farmers and juice companies won't have to rely on foreign imports as much.
They came to break a sweat. They also broke a fundraising goal. More than 1,700 athletes swam, biked, and ran along the Long Beach waterfront for the Super Tri. The youngest triathlete there, 13 years old. The oldest, 85. So much for your Sunday morning excuse. Organizers say the event raised $775,000 for pediatric cancer research at Children's Hospital. The long-running world record for running a mile was broken over the weekend in London.
Watch the clock. It's going to be mighty fast, and surely he's going to break the world record. He does. He obliterates the world record.
I love that joy and celebration. That's 28-year-old British runner Josh Kerr finishing a mile in just under 3 minutes, 43 seconds.
My
wow.
gosh.
Double that, I can't even run that. That's about half a second faster than the previous record set in 1999. Kerr trained in the high altitude of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and publicly announced his bid to break the record back in March. He admitted afterward it was very overwhelming with all the hype, saying it's silly to call your shot that early. Obviously, a lot of things can go wrong, but wow, he pulled it off.
He's in amazing shape.
Oh, yeah.
See those quads? Wow. Speaking of challenging runs, an IKEA store in UK will be holding an in-store marathon later this year. You heard it right. It is happening in December at this IKEA store in England, and it's already sold out. Travelers, runners that is, they'll travel 26.2 miles through the showroom, market hall, and warehouse. Each lap is about 1.5 kilometers, so runners will have to complete about 17 loops. 80 runners have 6 hours to finish the 26.2-mile race, so workers can get back to their jobs. IKEA organizers are working on the winner's medals, which will come with self-assembly instructions.
All right. Well, the city
harder.
I know. Put together the medal or run. The city of Inglewood is about to get a new place to fill the fridge, and early shoppers could walk away with freebies too. Sprouts Farmers Market is opening its first ever Inglewood location on August 2nd on Crenshaw Boulevard. The store will kick off with a ribbon cutting, giveaways for early shoppers, and special opening weekend deals. City leaders say the new store will also create more than 90 local jobs while bringing more fresh food options to the neighborhood.
Here's a little Hollywood Bowl hack. You can hear the LA Philharmonic this summer, and you don't even need to buy a ticket because the Hollywood Bowl is a public park during the day. Visitors can actually sit in on many of the LA Philharmonic's working rehearsals, typically held on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Admission and daytime parking are free, and keep in mind rehearsals can pause, start over, or change at the last minute. You can even bring a picnic while enjoying the music. But they ask you to use low voice to allow the band to concentrate, of course.
How fun. All right, for the first time in 3 years, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena is reopening to the public with a free open house this October. Visitors will get a behind-the-scenes look at the Mission Control Center, spacecraft assembly, and full-scale models of its most famous Mars rover and spacecrafts. Tickets are free, so you'll need to reserve them, though, when they do become available on August 29th at 9 a.m. because they're expected to go fast.
I bet, right?
That's really cool to see all that stuff.
Stay with us. 10 o'clock hour is right after this.